What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me once again. If you are listening on Twitter via Spreaker, or if you're watching this on YouTube, welcome to Wrestling United Spreaker Show. I am Michael Cruz, and today we have a couple things to address. Today is going to be my predictions for the greatest Royal Rumble show, or at least it has the potential to be. But before we get started on that, I invite you guys to tune in this afternoon, because at about 12 o'clock, we are going to have live the second Wrestling United show in the past 2 weeks. And on this show, you will see matches like The Shield versus The Undisputed Era, Gargano versus Ciampa, as well as the Golden Lovers versus Rusev and Aiden English, as well as a 6-person battle royal comprised of six of the world champions in different places. We have the Lucha Underground champion versus the Impact champion versus the Ring of Honor champion versus the WWE versus the IWGP versus the Universal champion. Now that's going to happen at 12, and it's going to be going live on the channel. I invite you to check that out. But for now, let's go into the greatest Royal Rumble predictions. Now, let's see if I can remember all these matches. The first one I'm going to go over is the Cruiserweight Championship match between Cedric Alexander and Kalisto, which was decided last night on 205 Live for the Gauntlet. I believe that Cedric Alexander is going to win because he just started his reign. He needs a long reign in order to get the prestige for the Cruiserweight title back, and just to cement him as a true champion, Cedric Alexander will pick up the win, in my opinion. Raw Tag Team Championships will be The Bar versus Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Surely Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt are winning, right? Because The Bar are on SmackDown now. So that's who I believe is going to win, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. The Usos will be taking on the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Titles. I have a feeling this is going to end in a weird way, because if you've seen on SmackDown, Naomi has been getting involved in these sort of matches lately, and I think she's going to play into that finish. So what I think is going to happen is Naomi is going to come out and by accident distract Jimmy. And Jimmy is going to be caring for her after she gets hurt or gets knocked down or something. And while he's caring for her, Jay, his brother, would be decimated by the Bludgeon Brothers, and the Bludgeon Brothers pick up the win. Maybe seeing a Bludgeon Brothers versus Sanity. Now, next match. The United States Championship. Jinder Mahal versus Jeff Hardy. I don't know what's going to happen here. I think maybe Jeff will hold on to it. See Jeff versus Randy. Because, yeah, the titles didn't switch, and a lot of people are thinking the titles are going to switch where it's Jinder and Miz winning. I just don't see that happening. And I think if a title were to change, it would be this one, but I think Jeff Hardy is going to pick up the win. Similarly, the IC Championship ladder match between Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Miz, and Samoa Joe. Now, Seth Rollins, I believe, is going to retain it, so that way he has a bit of a longer reign and he starts defending that title on a regular basis. But it would not surprise me if Jinder and perhaps Samoa Joe won championships on both ends and got the Intercontinental title. It wouldn't surprise me if that happened, but I'm going to play it safe and go with the champions retaining. That is not the case, in my opinion, for AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. I think that AJ might get disqualified or might lose the championship. I know he can't lose it by disqualification. Shinsuke has a new fire under him. I think this will be better than their Mania match by miles. And AJ could hold on to it for a little bit, but Shinsuke is going to have to get it either at the Greatest Royal Rumble or Backlash, which more than likely, I think Shinsuke is going to get it at Backlash. Next up, we have the Universal Championship Steel Cage match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I'm at a loss for this one, because everybody said last time that Roman Reigns was for sure going to win, and he didn't. Now everybody this time at this past Mania, it was the same case for Mania 31, where everybody thought he was going to win and Seth Rollins won. At this Mania 34, they thought that Roman was going to win, and he didn't. What can stop them from changing that for Saudi Arabia? For the Greatest Royal Rumble? Realistically, I'm still going to go with Roman Reigns, because he's going to win that title at some point. And I don't care if I'm wrong from now until the end of time. You could be the first one to tell me. But as long as Roman Reigns gets his hands on that Universal Championship, which I believe he's going to, I'm not betting against him. I can't. As long as this thing that they're trying to do remains intact. So the one I wanted to talk about the most is the Greatest Royal Rumble. The Greatest Royal Rumble match has many people in it. It consists of people like Daniel Bryan, Kurt Angle. Rey Mysterio was announced for it. Great Khali was announced for it. We have Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Just a whole host of people. There's going to be 50 people. Oh, I forgot about a couple matches. Okay, before I talk about that, let's talk about the other two matches first. John Cena versus Triple H. John Cena's going to probably pick up the win because Triple H likes putting other people over. And there's really no reason for Triple H to win. And especially if he's going to put anyone over. It's John Cena, who just lost in 2 minutes to The Undertaker at Mania, which was kind of embarrassing, but kind of cool. Speaking of Undertaker, Rusev is not coming out of this alive, pun intended. Undertaker and Rusev in a casket match. This match is probably not going to last 5 minutes at all. The casket's going to roll out. Undertaker's going to come out after Rusev is out. The casket is going to open. Undertaker and Rusev are going to fight. Chokeslam tombstone. Rusev's going to be put into the casket, and Undertaker's going to win. So to recap everything before I talk about the Greatest Royal Rumble, I think the winners are going to be Cedric, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt, the Bludgeon Brothers, Seth Rollins, Jeff Hardy. AJ's going to retain, whether it be by DQ or whatever, and Roman's going to win the Universal title in the steel cage, possibly, most likely, by escaping the cage. We also have John Cena, I think, going over Triple H, as well as Undertaker burying Rusev. Ha 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 ha. Now, let's get to the Greatest Rumble. The thing I'm most excited for is that Kurt Angle teased this, and I didn't realize this at first. Kurt Angle said to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on their Sammy and Kevin show on Monday that they have Chris Jericho, himself, Daniel Bryan, and many people, and Shane McMahon, all people that Kevin and Sami pissed off in this match. And the thought of all of them being in the same match, interacting with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, as well as interacting with each other, imagine Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan, I think it is going to be an awesome show. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to predict the final four for this match. I'm going to try to predict the final four participants. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pick the final six. It gives me more leverage room. So I think we got Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle. I think so. Those two. Rey Mysterio, I believe. I'm going to say Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman. And let's do one more. And I'm going to say, as a surprise from NXT, Adam Cole. So, we got Adam Cole, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, and Daniel Bryan. I think it's going to come down to Daniel Bryan and Angle. It should. Kurt Angle should be one of the last people out. Daniel Bryan should be doing the Iron Man performance thing, being in there for a really long time. Daniel Bryan last eliminating Kurt Angle. I think Daniel Bryan should win the Greatest Royal Rumble. So A, he gets a Royal Rumble victory. And B, it's just a huge wave of momentum just to add to his arsenal. He would be able to beat 50 people in the same match or have a match with 49 other people. That's awesome. So, I think Daniel Bryan's going to win that. And I also think we're going to see surprise appearances from Adam Cole, like I said. Maybe Gargano and Ciampa. I would really love to see if they show up in Saudi Arabia. Maybe Ricochet or Lio Rush. Adam Cole, maybe any of the Undisputed Era. Andrade Almas and maybe Sanity coming up then. A lot of people. I think we're going to see Hacksaw Jim Duggan maybe. On the sole fact of first Royal Rumble winner and all that malarkey. Maybe Vince McMahon might even show up in this match. You know that he would do something like that. Alright, so those are my predictions. My predictions are Daniel Bryan, John Cena, The Undertaker, AJ Styles retains, whether it be by DQ or by I think by DQ, he'll retain some sort of screwy finish. Roman Reigns is the new Universal Champion, as well as people like the Bludgeon Brothers are going to win. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt are going to win, and Cedric Alexander is going to beat Kalisto. We also have Seth Rollins going over in the ladder match, which I think will probably be a match of the night contender, as well as Jeff Hardy beating Jinder Mahal. What do you guys think? What are your predictions? Let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to thumbs up the video on YouTube, as well as hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. We'd love to have more subscribers. We're trying to get to 100. We're just trying to build up and make this channel better so we can do more for you guys. Tune in this afternoon for Wrestling United, as well as in a couple weeks, which we're going to be having our first show based on a other wrestling promotion. Stay tuned for the announcement of that at the end of the video for the Wrestling United show, main evented by the Champions Challenge. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for giving me about 15 minutes of your time. I've been Michael Cruz from Wrestling United, and I'll see you guys next time.